The idea in this section, as we've said, is to develop further along our idea of statements to talk about ones that convey more than one idea at a time. The basic things we had before are what we call simple statements, where they convey simple ideas. They only have one thing that you can possibly say with a simple statement. So we're moving on here to talk about what are called compound statements, where you have multiple ideas at once that are brought together using what are called connectives, where our connectives are of form and, or, if, then, and if and only if, where we're starting here with the conjunction, thinking to our hopeful days back with Schoolhouse Rock.
Conjunction, junction, what's your function?
Which says something like and is symbolized with that sort of peak symbol there, so we have P and Q. It can also, in certain contexts, be said to mean but, yet, or nevertheless, as it's all about connecting two things together at the same time, where the most common way we see it is in terms of that phrasing in particular, and. And if we want to take this further, we can chain together more statements than just two, but for now we're going to focus on the simpler, although not simple, obviously, case of just two statements being stuck together with this notation, where let's get a quick, let's say, musical example for how this sort of connection works. So let's suppose we have the statements P is I've seen footage and Q is I stay paranoid. We want to use symbolic notation to express the compound statements I've seen footage and I stay paranoid, along with I've seen footage and I don't stay paranoid. Where in the first case, it's a pretty direct one that we have there for our first. We have I've seen footage and I stay paranoid. That's just the two of them stuck together. So to be brief with my notation here, that would be the very basic P and Q case. Meanwhile, in that second one, we're looking for the first to occur and the second to not occur. So what we have there is something like P joined via conjunction with not Q. A lot of what we're going to be doing in this section is not so much about having a exacting set of perfectly sensible examples as it is just understanding how this notation is used with our connectives and how we denote each of them in the context of some basic examples. So the next thing we're going to look at, since we've seen and, is what happens when we talk about the word or.